Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about ar-arb. Now, ar-arb is a North Philly rapper that's been a controversial figure in hip-hop for a little while now. He's been in a lot of situations as far as hip-hop beef is concerned. Man, he had issues with Cassidy at a time. I believe he had issues with Meek Mill at a time. And dude he's mostly been in the news lately because of his arrest back in 2019. Now, ar-arb wasn't, it's not like this came as a shock, man. But today we got a whole bunch of news about ar-arb sentencing, and it don't look good, man. It's looking like ar-arb is going to be doing time like the rest of his life possibly, man. And this whole thing of him being locked up has been one roller coaster ride from one end of the spectrum to the next, man. There's been other YouTubers involved. There's been all sorts of stuff going on. And what we going to do is, man, we going to get to the specifics. But before we do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And, man, let's get it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about ar-arb for real, man. Or AKA Abdul West. That's his real name. Now, this is an interesting situation because everybody has been looking on an update for ar-arb for a little while, especially if you love Philly rap or you've been tuned into his case. It seems like the case and everything involved in the case has been bigger than his actual rap career. Now, ar-arb stunned us all when he used to go on Vlad TV and he used to tell stories, compelling stories, I should say the least, about his run-ins with Philly rappers and other rappers in the game. Because of his realness and grittiness in the street, he built alliances and friendships and, admiration from stars like Drake, Meek Mill, Cassidy, Swiss Beats, people like the realness of ar-arb, and they thought he was genuine. Not even thought he was genuine. They knew he was genuine, and obviously he was. Now, during those storytelling days, it seemed like he had left everything in his past. It led you to believe he was on a new path as a rapper and running his label, OBH, right? Well, when he got arrested back in 2019, man, things went from good to bad, man, and that's just putting it lightly. Now, what I'm going to do is, today we're going to talk about this story that just got published by the Philadelphia Inquirer, and basically they talk about the whole court case, the decision to give ar-arb 45 years that came down today, and the effect that's probably going to have on him and the rest of his life, and his reaction, which I can say, man, it actually sounds priceless the way they describe it. Now, in this story by the Philadelphia Inquirer, it starts off like this, man, and I got to give the writer credit because he definitely did well at making this, painting the visual for us, I should say. Now, the dude's name is Jeremy Roebuck or whatever. I guess I'm giving him a shout out for some reason. I don't know. But it says this in the story. It says, with his hard-bitten lyrics boasting of drug world dominance, gangster rapper ar-arb earned a legion of dedicated fans in his native Philadelphia and respect of hip-hop heavyweights like Drake, producer Swiss Beats. But it was truth behind those blistering tracks that sent him to prison Thursday for what could be the rest of his life. A federal judge sentenced the 38-year-old rapper, whose legal name is Abdul West, to 45 years in prison, a staggering sentence for the tough-talking kingpin convicted in 2019 of turning the record label he founded, Original Block Hustlers, aka OBH, into a large-scale North Philadelphia drug trafficking organization implicated in at least one murder. So, I mean, that's a lot there. So let's talk about that. So, ar-arb had already been locked up, man. He had been locked up back in 2012 or 2013, and he got out because of some type of boot camp program or something like that. And when he returned to the streets, he was visibly a little bit smaller. A lot of people, they do those boot camp programs while they're in prison. They come back, they're in shape all of a sudden, you know what I mean? Which was good because ar-arb always carried a lot of weight. And, I'm talking about him like this is a done deal, but we'll get to that in a little bit. He still has a chance to fight this or whatnot. It just doesn't look good. But the fact that he's 38 years old, and I know people are going to be like, oh, man, he's old. Nah, that's not really old. But the fact that he is 38 years old and it's 45 years, man, most people, I guess nowadays people would be living to 80. But, man, ar-arb has not had an easy stay in prison. let's think about this. Back in December of 2020, remember, ar-arb, there was a story about him getting stabbed in jail that was put out by, I think, his brother, which is another rapper, and he basically told the story that ar-arb had got stabbed in jail by a mentally ill patient, and the dude just, went to stabbing him, and it left him in a bad place. So we don't even know how he is physically while he's in jail, man. His condition could be even worse. But judging by how this story continues, it seems like he might have some capabilities because he was present in the courthouse for the sentencing. The story continues here, man. It says that, but while prosecutors allege that West, who is ar-arb, had ordered the 2017 slaying of a drug world rival, man, this thing paints out like a freaking cartel movie or something like that, right? Like a real deal drug movie. And he said, it continues, they did not charge him with that crime. So he didn't get charged with that, with the murder from 2017 that they said was related to some drug world type of rivalry they were having there in Philly. Now, the U.S. District Judge, this Michael Baselin or whatever, repeatedly stressed Thursday that it wasn't a consideration in his sentence. So they didn't even think to put that murder or that body in his charge. So, man, that's good. That's a good thing. So all of this time, all the 45 years is all accumulated off of the drug arrest for running the operation. I mean, I know that's a big deal being the head of a drug operation. Obviously, you've got different type of agencies involved and stuff like that. And, that's a big deal. This is a big deal, Rico case or whatnot. But, man, that is a lot of time. Kids, stay in school, man. It shouldn't be no kids listening to this anyway. But, man, if you are, stay in school. Don't be messing with that mess. All right, now let's continue. They also continue by saying West's provocative lyrics weren't even used in the case as well. So his lyrics filled with bluster about his drug dealing and penchant for street justice. Instead, the judge said the punishment he imposed was for West's record of antisocial behavior. So basically saying that he doesn't play well with others, and that's why he's going to give him that time. Meaning that he's some type of nuisance to society because he has the ability to get everybody together, I guess, allegedly, and build these type of empires, which is antisocial behavior, whatever. All right, man. So it continues to say you could have been a hero, or this is what the judge said to ar-arb. He said, you could have been a hero instead of a criminal. He said, but you became a drug dealer. You made that decision. That's why you're being punished. West was unswayed, showing little remorse. So they're saying that ar-arb just took that on the chin. He wasn't even swayed. He didn't buckle. He didn't start crying or nothing. It said West was unswayed, showing little remorse as he sat next to his lawyer with his arms crossed. Visually, I picture Benny Siegel almost in a suit, when he was going through his trial, or even in the movie, what was the movie? State Property, when he was in the courthouse. That's what I picture, just unbothered by the whole situation. Now, it continues to say, when it came time to address the court, he dismissed the proceedings as a farce. He said this, to the court, the FBI agents and the prosecutors don't understand my culture. He said, we don't rap about flowers and rainbows. We gangster rappers. We rap about where we grow up. So we rap about drug dealing. We rap about violence. Now, the story continues by showing that ar-arb's, social media is still a little active. Obviously, he's probably going to move from one facility to the next, but they still have his address and his mugshot up there or his prison photo for any type of gifts or anything that his fans want to send him or whatnot, man. Now, they're saying in this, they continue to say that throughout the 2019 trial, West's music and social media presence were put under a microscope, raising questions about just how much a genre defined by hyper-masculine boasting of street-honed toughness can be taken at its word. But prosecutors argued that his lyrics were more than just marketing. They amounted to confessions of crime. Jurors were shown several of West's videos and dozens of his Instagram photos that FBI agents said were directly linked to crimes by him or members of his crew. Now, the story finishes off by talking about the fact that ar-arb had an elaborate operation. It looked like he was, according to this report, so I should say allegedly, was trying to cover his tracks as best possible, man, by having hiding spots and stash spots all over Philly, including like Center City, which is like one of the nicest parts of town. And it looked like, man, dude was really on his grind according to this report. Now, I can't say that he did it for sure, but that's what they're saying in this, and that's what they're saying in the court documents. Now, they even start to talk about Dark Low a little bit, but, you know, this video's already running a little long, but just to shorten it up, they're trying to say that Dark Low had to do with some witness tampering or trying to intimidate witnesses, because there was a lot of witnesses that came out and, I mean, basically testified against ar-arb in this trial. So a lot of the things that you heard as far as rumor with videos and stuff like that and stuff from social media, yeah, some of it's true, but most of it is not. And really what got him caught up in this situation is a lot of field work that was done by the agencies that were involved. Now, with that, what do you guys think? Hold up. What do you guys think? Do you think that ar-arb is pretty much done, or do you think he'll probably get a better sentence or a better deal on appeal? Or do you feel that him and this whole case has been a farce and they're just trying to pin him down because of his rap lyrics and his rap persona? Now, with that, this has been your boy Big Man. Please do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.